just wanted to do a quick update, talk about a couple of projects coming up that I hope to get to. A couple of new items that I got, this being one of them. This is a WD-45 diesel chassis. That's a 292 Chevy in there, and it's kind of intriguing to know what plate and flywheel they used in there. My brother's got a 292 Chevy and he's been drooling over this, so I got a feeling he might end up making me an offer on it, which I wouldn't mind that. That's just a gas 45 that I got for junk price, less than junk price really. Wide front on there, it's a 4-bolt wide front too. Decent rims on there actually. Rubber has less to be desired, but spin out rims in good shape, that's worth something. Here's a 45 diesel I got from Ted. It's part of that D19 LP that I rebuilt for him, overhauled, whatever you want to say. This one's free. I need to get the pumps off of it, brought up, and take it apart and see what we find inside. Never know. Good thing is I've got her figured out on what to do to get them all fixed, so pretty much isn't anything I can't figure out at this point. And here is another WD-45 diesel. Don't know anything about this. What you see is pretty much what I know about it. So again, scrap price. It didn't come with these tires on it, this rubber. It came with these front pieces of crafts, but another new purchase of mine. These are Alice high crop. You notice the 8-bolt pattern, 38-inch rims. So that's a 15.538 right there. On spin outs, and like I said, factory high crop stuff. WC, I believe. Maybe it's 45, but I believe it's WC high crop, if I'm not mistaken. But they look kind of neat on there, don't they? They won't be staying on that tractor. I've got other plans for that. Right here's a D19 chassis, what's left of it, I should say, from the torque tube back. This was another thing Ted gave me. I think he just wanted it out of his place. But there's a few good parts on it. Fender for 100 series. Some cylinders back there are worth a little something, especially if they don't leak. Spool, some people are looking for them sometimes. There's a hydraulic pump in there. Whether it works or not, that's debatable, but I have 2 others that are out that I know work. So, and the hand clutch doesn't feel the greatest, but I'm sure I can tear it apart and find some usable parts in it. Which that stuff's getting to be awful expensive. That's a D15 Series 2 chassis, or what's left of it. I've got the frame rails in the front end. Right there. That's an old beat up 45 rear end, and that's just a WD. If you go way back, that's the chassis that Bob bought because there was some tires on it that he wanted. He got it for a couple $100, and then I used the front end of that to put on Big Mike, my D19, with the 426 engine in it. So I guess that's the story of my junk, huh? How interesting. I'll bring you up into the garage here and talk about the project that we're working on right now. I think I've shown these before on my channel. I got these last fall. They're track set up for a WD-45. I think once I get one of these diesels running, I'm going to try to put these tracks on one of them. I think it'll be pretty unique and fun to play with during plow day and stuff like that. So that's the plan there. Here's that 200 rear end that's going to go on that 190 XT Series 3 eventually. Just got to get to doing it. So here is the project that we're working on right now. We're currently waiting for the head to come back. We've got everything else that we need to put this engine back together. This is Dad's D19 diesel. It'll end up getting new windows in the cab. We have all of the pieces for the cab. Hand clutch needs to be rebuilt, which isn't a big deal. From the feels of it, I'm going to have to rebuild it, not just adjust it. So it's not the biggest deal. The cab makes it a little bit of a headache, but it just comes apart down there. So it's not too bad to get it split there once we get the engine back in and all of that. So foot clutch in this tractor was brand new. Somebody had replaced that. A couple of other things that were good. The turbo's in good shape. Just got the pump and injectors back. The injector, they just cleaned it and put new seals in it for me because it was working. But then the injection pump, I'm sorry, they cleaned it, put new seals in it. But each of the injectors needed to be rebuilt. And the main reason that this engine was not running very good, it was running, don't get me wrong. We got her fired up. Let me see here. Here we go. Get her to focus here. Maybe. There. And that's actually a thicker one. Some of these, you can see how wore down these are. You can imagine what the seats look like, and there's thinner ones than that. Some of these, like this one, you could almost cut yourself on. It's that thin. I mean, something else. So the standout in these old Budas is important because you're only running, like, I think it was 12-to-1 compression or something like that to begin with. And when you start to lose that standout in them valves, you start losing compression. And they don't like to start that easy to begin with, and just makes everything worse. So the worse that standout gets, the harder it is to start and all that fun stuff. It doesn't run as good. We had this engine timed out. It's supposed to be 18 degrees, and we were timed all the way out to, I think it was like 38 degrees, just to get it to run kind of okay. And we really figured we were going to find really loose, everything in the sleeves and the rings. But honestly, it wasn't that bad. If I didn't have a new kit, I would probably leave. I wouldn't be scared to leave what was in it. Same with the bearings, weren't in bad shape. However, I've finally done the impossible, I guess. Bearings. There's a set of each from standard to 30 over in there, and them bearings are the same from the 230 up to the 262, and as far as I know, what were the 272 or 273s, the big ones in the Budas, I'm not sure the number on that, but as far as I know, they're all the same bearings. So that's important, because that was the biggest issue as far as getting that WD-45 diesel overhauled, which that will be getting done as soon as this gets out the door. I probably won't do the hand clutch before we do that WD-45. I'll probably get this running. It's not going to get worked much. I'll probably just get this running, and we'll worry about that hand clutch at a later time. But we'll see how it all turns out. So that's where I'm going to end this. Me blabbing. That's all this one was. Talking about stuff I'm trying to get done this winter. We'll see how well it works. I've also got a 7060 I need to replace the head on, but I have the head and a new set of valves over there. That's not a big deal. I'm actually going to wait until springtime when it's warmer outside, because I can't fit it in here. So So that's it. If you're interested in any of the projects coming up, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. This is kind of a different audience than the farming audience that watches, and I've got a few, got 3 pulling videos that I got to get uploaded. I kind of been saving for the winter months, because and you guys have been watching my channel for any amount of time know that it slowed us down in the winter. So thank you much, everybody, and hope to catch you on the next one.